Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Ann Emanuel. The town of Bath had its residents in an uproar after revaluing property taxes. Now, a workshop is being held to teach residents how to dispute these new assessments. Our Maggie Hall has the rundown on what this workshop and the revaluing is all about.
Property owners in Bath noticed a huge spike in their taxes after the town performed a revaluation.
The town did a reval, the town of Bath, which includes the village of Savona and the village of Bath. And basically, even though a reval had been done 4 or 5 years ago, there was major changes in values for a lot of the property owners, which stirred up kind of a hornet's nest with the property owners. They saw increases, and I've seen some of them who've come to me, of 50, 100%, 200%. I even had at the last meeting in town, a guy bring over his tax bill. His property went up 400% in 1 year.
Many owners take issue and disagree with the revaluation on their property and plan on disputing it.
I've been around with appraising that for 35 years, and I haven't seen anything quite like the mess they're going through in Bath right now. I just thought, well, I could help with a freebie seminar just to show people how to fill out the forms and so forth, so maybe they can win a lowering of the assessment to what's legitimate.
The workshop will be hosted tomorrow night in anticipation of the grievance deadline on May 23rd.
Oh, okay. The workshop is going to be held at the Legion Hall in Bath, which is behind the post office. That's the American Legion Post, and it's tomorrow night from 6 to 8 p.m.
If you live in Bath or Savona and want to dispute your tax revaluation but don't know where to start,
a sentencing date has been set for a suspect in a Chemung County torture and murder case. Malik Weems pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. Weems, along with 2 other men, accused of kidnapping and torturing Juan Jose Gante in September of 2021. Weems will be sentenced on July 14th and faces 18 years to life in prison. Children ages 2 to 15 are invited to the 20th anniversary of Swarthout's Fishing Derby. The Derby will take place on June 24th from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Competitors will try to catch the largest sunfish or bluegill by the end of the competition. To sign up your child, you can follow the link on your screen. Federal officials are now searching for a motive in a mass shooting at a Texas mall, which left multiple people, including 2 children, dead. Army officials say the suspected gunman was kicked out during basic training. Casey Stiegel has more.
A makeshift memorial quickly growing outside the Allen Premium Outlets in Texas, where a gunman opened fire over the weekend, killing multiple people and injuring several others. On Monday, mourners braved the rain to pay their respects.
We're just present with people. We listen to them, we let them pet the dogs, and it's really that simple.
Among the victims, a 20-year-old man who family members say served as a security guard at the mall, and a 27-year-old woman from India who was working in the U.S. as a project engineer. Police say the 33-year-old suspect was wearing tactical gear before he was shot and killed by an officer. Law enforcement is now reportedly looking into his possible ties to white supremacist groups by combing through his social media accounts. State and local officials, meantime, are praising police who responded to the scene within minutes, likely saving many more lives.
That's what we need, is better training for our law enforcement to make sure that they can react.
The tragedy also reigniting calls for gun reform. On Monday, hundreds of people protested inside the Texas Capitol, calling on lawmakers to do more to stop these mass shootings.
It's happened, and it keeps happening over and over again, while our lawmakers do nothing.
A family assistance center is now open to provide resources to anyone who needs them. That is the latest from Allen, Texas. Casey Stiegel, Fox News.
Planet Fitness is providing a way for teens to fill up their summer days with a free gym membership. It's part of the fitness center's high school summer pass program. Starting May 15th, teens ages 14 to 19 can go to a Planet Fitness location near them for free after they sign up. The program's start comes during Mental Health Awareness Month. The company says they want teenagers to put an importance on their mental and physical well-being. 10 teens taking part in the program could win $1,000 each in scholarships. To join the contest, they have to post a TikTok about their experience in the program. A university study finds some dangerous levels of toxic elements in some store-bought beverages. Researchers at Tulane University tested 60 beverages, including juices, mixed juices, sodas, plant-based milks, and teas. They were looking for the prevalence of 25 metals, including uranium, arsenic, and lead. Of the drinks tested, researchers say 5 of them contain toxic metals exceeding the federal standards. They say the metals most likely came from contaminated soil. Researchers recommend against giving children lots of mixed fruit juices and plant-based milks. They did not specify which drinks they used in the study. An Arkansas brewer is joining in on the backlash against a Budweiser promotion. As our Jennifer Lindgren tells us, his new brand of beer comes after several Republican governors put out their own response.
It's not the first place you'd expect to find these faces. The governors of Arkansas, Alabama, Iowa, and South Dakota wrapped around a beer can on a koozie.
Real Women of Politics.
But the Real Women of Politics koozies are real, and you can buy them on the Sarah Huckabee Sanders for Governor campaign website.
Some big companies can't tell the difference between real and fake anymore.
Governor Huckabee Sanders shared the beer can covers and her viral ad on social media. It's all in response to the controversial Bud Light video that features a popular transgender influencer. Budweiser's marketing move upset a lot of conservatives, and it didn't stop there.
I think she needs some Ultra-Right for her koozies. That way she won't have to cover up the Bud Light.
Seth Weathers is making his own beer in Gwinnett County, Georgia, and wouldn't mind wrapping one of these koozies around his new beer label.
Conservative Dad's Ultra-Right 100% woke-free beer.
He's created a new brand of beer in production now.
We're getting distribution rights across the nation.
With all the Bud Light backlash, the CEO of Anheuser-Busch issued a statement saying, in part, we never intended to be part of a discussion that divides people.
Order your Real Women of Politics koozie today.
No word from the Arkansas governor's office on the number of koozies sold. But Seth Weathers says while his ultra-right beer is still being brewed, they did over $1 million in pre-order sales in the first 17 days.
This thing's a movement, and beer just happens to be the catalyst.
Still ahead, we have your complete forecast. Plus, across the country, at least 9 states are considering school start times to try and address the mental health crisis. A closer look at how such a policy is playing out at one high school, coming up.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
What a turnaround we have been able to accomplish. Now, we started off the month of May with some of those gloomy conditions, rainy conditions, and those cooler temperatures, even just still peaking at Wednesday and Thursday there, up to 10 to 20 degrees below average. But we made those gradual improvements through the weekend, and even yesterday topped off at 75 degrees. Now, we did bring in some rainfall accumulation. However, we are back to talking about dealing with some quieter skies. So we had the bright blue skies here around as we were stepping into our Monday. We'll note that as we roll through the overnight, we will see some increased cloud cover, and we'll detail that in a minute. But we hold on to those seasonal conditions with a low of about 44 degrees, still with a little bit of that southeasterly wind as we're situated just along and north of a stationary front. And that's key to note as we are seeing that there is going to be a system that's passing on by to our south. It's going to give us sometimes some cloud cover that we will see as we roll into our Tuesday forecast, but note that we're not expecting much for accumulation. Might just see if of drizzle or even a sprinkle for some of our southerly Pennsylvania counties and cities. But again, it's not going to be anything that's going to be impactful in a sense. You will see some sunshine before the sun sets, and we have still mild temperatures hanging on. And spring's going to hold. Another strong high pressure system is going to be well in place across the Great Lakes, which is going to continue to influence these bright skies, seasonal temperatures, and we'll keep an eye on the weekend because we are seeing that in the extended forecast, especially when we look at that 14-day outlook. There's still a lot of changes going on there, but what is starting to look is that there is going to be maybe some return of wet weather as well as a little downward notch in some of those temperatures. So a little bit of a roller coaster, but at least the climb that we're experiencing is going to be a bit more long-lived. We will see here, as mentioned, the system passing on by to the south. So we see some of those showers spreading across areas of Pennsylvania. And by the afternoon, we are noting that that sunshine is around. So we'll at least mention those mostly cloudy skies to start the day, which will make forest temperatures to struggle a bit. You see that we don't do a big rebound from only 45 there by 7 a.m. to hitting 60 by about 2 p.m. So with that cloud cover there in place, we do struggle a bit, but we still will at least take a 60-degree day. We're not seeing that there's this huge cool push. So this will be our one little pullback from seeing those mild days, but still gorgeous. As mentioned, you're seeing a little bit more of that shower, maybe a more overcast sky potential there, Westfield through Mansfield, but nothing that's going to be widespread in coverage or soaking wet conditions. Now, as we stay underneath the bright sunshine into our Wednesday forecast, there's your quick rebound. When you have that sunrise, sunshine, and you keep that all day, we have those more warm ground features where we can really bump those temperatures up, and we're at a seasonal trend on Wednesday. We'll even have a potential to talk about some 80s on the board by the end of the week as we continue some sunshine. And then by that weekend forecast, there's not looking to be a strong change, but you can see that gradual pullback as well as the potential that we'll have to introduce some chances for some passing cloud cover and some rain chances.